Knights. A senior middle blocker number 4, Grace Almeida. A sophomore outside hitter number 7, Denia Settles. Sophomore defensive specialist number 8, Anna Daggett. A senior opposite hitter number 10, Dana Welch. A junior setter number 12, Ashley Marshall. A senior outside hitter number 14, Ella Patterson. And a freshman middle blocker number 15, Rory Tower. Purple Knights are led by head coach Lauren Bro in her third year, assistant coaches Patrick Severson and Joe Gunn. And now the starting lineup for your Post University Eagles. The graduate outside hitter number 2, Christina Parrish. A senior libero number 3, Alyssa Groves. A junior middle blocker number 6, Nia Shahid Stevenson. A junior outside hitter number 10, Nuri Shahid Stevenson. Number 9, Vivian Andrea Fahervari. The graduate setter number 11, Alice Di Francesco, and a sophomore middle blocker number 24, Alani Duncan. The Eagles are led by head coach Tiffany Verney and her fourth season assistant coaches Alexis Snyder and Tamara Radovina.
Test. Let's see the audio. I put this up a little bit and that thing jumps up. Howdy folks, and welcome to the Drumner Center here on the campus of Post University. Cody Shalafu here on the call for a tri-match Saturday hosted by the Eagles. They will be taking on St. Michael's College. The Purple Knights are in the first match. Later today, we'll have the St. Thomas Aquinas Spartans. And then, of course, St. Michael's and St. Thomas will go in the middle match here. But first up, Post University having one of the best, if not the best starts to a season they've had in at least the last 20 years. A 7-0 start is the best since going back all the way to 2002, and even before that. They were third in the North Division CACC preseason poll after making it to the championship game last year. They have some stuff to prove and have proven it so far with a 7-0 start. St. Michael's College, on the other hand, 2-6 coming into play today in the NE10 conference they call home. But in the last 2 years, they have had as many conference victories than they have had in the last 8 years combined. So their program on the up and up as well. To begin things here, let's start with the starters first for St. Michael's College, the Purple Knights. Grace Almeida, the junior in the middle, number 4. She's someone to keep an eye on. Denia Settles, she wears number 7. Anna Daggett, she's the libero, wearing number 8. Dana Welch outside, she wears number 10. Ella Patterson also on the outside, wears 14. And joining Almeida in the middle, number 15, a freshman, Rory Tower. Ella Patterson will get us underway, and we are soaring here at the Drumner Center. Blocked, kept alive. Have to bump it over as Post looking for the first points, and they will whiff. It is Alani Duncan who missed on the setup in front. Here's who Post is charting up there to start things out. Number 2, Christina Parrish. She, one of the top attackers in the country. We'll get into some of her stats a little bit later. Alyssa Groves, libero, wearing number 3, the defensive player of the year in the conference a season ago. Nia and Nuri Shahid Stevenson on the outside. Nia wears number 6 on the outside. Nuri actually in the middle. She wears number 10. And Vivian Andrea Fahervari, she's a junior on the outside as well. Alice Di Francesco, the Italy-born setter, a graduate, wears number 11. And again, Alani Duncan, we've already got familiar with, wears 24. She will be in the middle as well. St. Michael's a quick 3-0 lead. And Post 7-0, best start since 2002. Their best start previous in the season was a 2-0 start in 2004. So it's been a long, long time that Post has started off the season so hot. They finally get the first points on the board. Low line drive, set up Almeida in the middle. Dug up on the outside by Di Francesco. And out. Point back to St. Michael's. in his Rory Tower. That's Grace Almeida. 9 service aces, 10 service errors, and we'll even that up 10-10. Hot start by St. Michael's and a timeout taken by Post University. We'll take it with you. We'll be back in a minute or so. 5-1, Purple Knights up ahead. Not a hot start for the Eagles, who are hitting -600 to begin play today. 5 attempts, 3 errors, no kills so far. So Post needs to get things going. So Almeida is asked to step inside the hash mark by the airborne judge. And over the line goes an Eagle. And Almeida, in fact, she's staying at the line for a little bit. Almeida, any 10 all rookie, her first year on campus for St. Michael's, all state, state all tournament, state champ. 3-time all-conference, also an all-star in high school. She'll take a breather studying business administration. Had a nice, successful trip at the line. Here's Vahevari from Hungary. A couple international students on Post side. We'll get into those in a bit. And a fun, worldly team, as it's Denia Settles who couldn't set it over the net. We have students from Hungary. Christina Peric is from Belgrade, Serbia. And also have Alice Di Francesco from Italy. Big swing off the catwalk upstairs, and 7-3. St. Michael's in the lead. No kills at all for Posts. Just 1. That's by Settles for St. Michael's. Outside is Peric. Dug up by Patterson. Oh, and unfortunate bounce. Di Francesco settled it. But off the ceiling. It's already come into play twice in the last couple of volleys. This is Caitlin Mediate, a freshman setter from Portsmouth, Rhode Island. She's had a good start to her collegiate career. 2 double-doubles for her. And we'll swing it back over to Post. Alyssa Groves, one of the best, if not the best, singular season in Post volleyball history last season. As Towers called for the carry. Like she palmed it and threw it down, but Groves last season the CACC Defensive Player of the Year. First team All-CACC as well as first team All-American. Twice first team All-Region and has been the CACC Defensive Player of the Week 7 different times in her career. Senior, 13 service aces, 16 service errors, 161 digs from the libero spot. And another good serve, and we are close to tied here as 8-7. Post coming back. Groves already 2 aces in this trip so far. Settles. Able to hit it in between the Shaheed Stevenson twins, and it comes down out of play. Nine to 7. Settles will now go to the service line, dug up by Groves. Shaheed Stevenson, swing dug up. Outside, and I had to play that one myself. I had to get in the action. My friend to my right, Ryan, got 2 in pregame. I was stealing that, playing selfishly. I was off the hand of Norris Schultz. I was up going to get the credit for the kill. Barrick denied up front. They're going to set her up again. This time sneaks it over. Mediate is there. Schultz again. Barrick the one to get it. Little give and go with her. And can't come down with it, but over the net. Blocked up top. Great defensive possession by St. Michael's. Tower and Schultz getting big and stuffing Barrick at the rim. (11 to 7). The guests up ahead in the Drumner Center, and an error on Settles. Emily Winefield, number 13, checking in for St. Michael's. Plays tennis for the Purple Knights as well. Mother played volleyball and softball at Southern New Hampshire. So her mother also a Division II dual athlete. Popped up. Schultz had to go down and get it. Tower, an incredible effort to keep it alive, but Barrick does not care. She gets a big kill. Huge swing from the graduate from Serbia. Transferred in from AIC. And that is off the fingertips of that front line for posts. And St. Michael's keeping a distance. 3-point game with the Purple Knights ahead. Tower to the line. Barrett from ways away, keeps it in. She's dangerous all around. Post picks up another, and now they are a point away from tying this up. Did start off down 5-1, but have stormed back. Blocked up front. It was Fahervery trying, and St. Michael's again picks up the point. 13-11. Fahervery found no man's land. Kill for her. And Alexa Arnolds as well as Alani Duncan in or back in, as well as Elena Ortiz. Dive up front by Daggett, the libero. And can't quite pancake it on that far end is Reza Sattler, who's also in. And a conversation as hit off the net. Post is saying that no one even went up for the block. And we'll see what the decision here, see if they change their minds. As of right now, point St. Mike's, but they're going to just redo it. So we will replay it. So erase that from your memories, Will Smith, Men in Black style. Have to send this one from far away, and the reverse in judgment, or the do-over, comes in Post's favor this time. Timeout taken by St. Michael's. 13-13. Last time we took a timeout was 5-1 Purple Knights. Post doesn't want their hot start to end here. Looking for 8 in a row. But coming back from the break, St. Michael's College, has some things to talk about. They were selected to finish 4th in the NE10 preseason poll. They were on 8-17 last season. They do have 2 separate 3-game losing streaks on the year, but have been to the NE10 playoffs each of the last 2 seasons, and they hadn't done that since 5 straight from 1990 to 1995. Their 8 conference wins over the last 2 seasons, outpacing the previous 8 years combined. Lauren Bro, her 3rd season here at St. Michael's after being an assistant for St. Michael's for a few seasons before that, so has been with the squad since 2020. Has really brought a new change, a new way of life for the volleyball program here, and still building up, but have a nice little foundation that they have found themselves over the last couple of seasons. And clearing out of the way on the Patterson serve. Out of play, and a good call by Alani Duncan from Indianapolis, Indiana. That's DiFrancesco. And finally over. First time we talked about Dana Welch. 52 kills on her season, make it 53. Ran track and field in high school from Howell, New Jersey. He's also an all-state member and a 2-time All-Star in volleyball. Behavior, 19 service aces coming into play today. There's an error, though, but she was 12th in the country in service aces total and 36th in service aces per set coming into play today. So one of the top servers in all the land in Division II. Mediate, not too bad herself, 13 aces, just 4 errors, though. Perrick with a kill. This one's getting close, late, 17-16. I believe still looking for their first lead as Post University. They've tied it up a time or two and do it again here. And Perrick second team All CACC, a season ago. The transfer from AIC, and Groves trying to give Post their first lead. Mediate, no one home, and that is the first lead for the Eagles, 18-17. Outside settles. It's kept alive. Barrick has to just send it over. Tower gets it to go. Ties it back up. Tower also played basketball in high school, and I'd hope so, standing at 6 foot from Fountain Hills, Arizona. She's a criminology business administration double major. Outside, that was Nia Shahid Stevenson, and both the Shahid Stevenson sisters can't quite block it over the net. Point back to St. Michael's. Denia settles from Ames, Iowa. It's also on the NE10 all-rookie list a season ago. While Almeida was on that list 2 years ago. Here's Sattler, her 17 service assists, also up there in terms of 25th in the country in service aces. And also ranked to the top 50 in aces per set. (2019) make it 2020. And getting serious late. Next couple points crucial. Sets it up outside. Perrick blocked. Kept alive by Groves. Perrick, a second opportunity. Kept alive by CMC. Or SMC. Perrick. Yes. Winefields and Mediate are in the area. And couldn't quite keep it up in the air long enough. Perrick, 4 double-doubles on her season, mostly kills and digs. And Schultz wins it there for the Purple Knights. 21-21 as a timeout is taken. We will take it with you. Second timeout and final timeout of the set for the Eagles. We'll be back in just about a minute. About ready here to go. St. Michael's at least is ready. These two teams have only matched up one other time. That was last year where St. Michael's took a 5-setter from Post. Won that one 3-2. Where Post won the first set, dropped the next two, won the fourth set, and then it was St. Michael's who got back up on the horse and took set 5, 15-11. Also, seems like Welch swing, dug up. Barisic. Ashley Marshall set it up, and that's a little long. 22-21. Alexa Arnold, sophomore, sports management major. Daggett starts it off, finished by Almeida. Kept alive by Post, pushed it. Tracking down is Winefield. Welch finally finished it off the fingertips of Duncan, and everyone swarming around the ball. No one flanked out to the side, and off of Duncan's fingertips. Ends up falling where no one was. Patterson, who started us off with the serve to begin the set, here in her third turn. Ortiz sent it over, couldn't quite block it. And a big kill. Looked like they gave credit to Dana Welch. St. Michael's trying to take set one. Ortiz, other plans. Now 23-23, Post with the serve. They're in the driver's seat right now. Oh, and the error could prove costly. Now set point. And they get Almeida out there. Already has an ace today, so 10 for her season. And, kept alive by Sheed Stevenson. Settles. Kept alive. Ortiz pops it over. No one there. And we'll see extras at the least. St. Michael's couldn't quite keep it together. Setting up Settles on the outside, poked over. Valiant effort by Vivian Andrea Behavery. The Colby Community College transfer, studying business marketing. For the set. Perfect dig by Patterson. They're going to try Persick on the outside again. Raindrop coming in out of nowhere as Mediate keep it alive, and we continue. Another teardrop, and that will fall out of play. And we continue. St. Michael's on the verge of winning 2 times already. Posts. Keeping it alive and just flipping over. And the second timeout taken by head coach Lauren Bro. We'll keep it here. And again, a fantastic start. You can't get any better. Persick leading all student athletes with 5 kills. However, Settles, Welch, and Schultz on the other end, 4 apiece for St. Michael's. Already 4 service aces for Alyssa Grove. She has 3 assists as well. DiFrancesco leading the way with 7 for the Eagles. 4 digs for her as well. Ties her with Sattler. On the St. Michael's side, 1 ace, that was by Almeida. 4 digs, that's from Settles. And 14 assists from number 12, Ashley Marshall. His brother plays water polo at Ottawa University of Arizona. So everyone looks like they're rearing and ready to go. 26-25. This could be set point. Barely flicks over the net. Settles. Sets this up. Going down the middle. Patterson up with it. Outside settles again. Barisic a little ways away. Blocked. Kept alive. Has to push it over. They do. Great reflexes by Posts. They keep it up. Outside. Persic. Good rally forming here. St. Michael's overshoots it. 27-25. Your first set. 3 minutes on the clock. We'll be back. A thrilling back and forth, but Post picks up set number 1. Score 27-25. About to get underway for set 2 here at the Drubner Center on the campus of Post University. Cody Shalfu here on the call. We thank you for joining us on a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful New England Saturday morning, which will eventually turn into Saturday afternoon. And for the nature of these tri matches, we'll probably finish up on Saturday evening. And it's Post who actually found themselves down 5-1 in set number 1, ends up winning that one 27-25 to St. Michael's College. Again, we kind of went over the stat leaders earlier. 5 kills for Christina Perrick, which is the number 1 of all the student athletes that performed so far today. 10 kills and just a 105 hit percentage for Post in that first set, but able to do the most with it. 15 kills and a 263 hit percentage for St. Michael's, but I think it came down to the 5 aces that Post was able to launch, which ultimately helped them win that set in OT by 2. And they will start off with a win here as Alice DiFrancesco with the ace. Almeida keeps it alive, and they'll try again to Welch. Duncan, first touch. Behavior, excuse me. Able to get the last touch over. 2-0 to start things off. And the best start for Post in over 2 decades. 7-0 to begin their season. Tipped up front, so that will go to St. Michael's. Popped up, Duncan down the middle, blocks. Tower and Welch were the ones up front. Back again, settles, too much mustard on it. Out the back, 3-1. Couldn't quite get it over the net as Welch. And a start reminiscent to St. Michael's start in set 1. Post going on a 4-1 run to begin things. They'll line it up. Bersic comes down the middle, popped over. Nia Shahid Stevenson couldn't quite put the exclamation mark on it. They'll give her a second chance. 0 for 2 for her on this drive. Good rally forming. Both teams getting some opportunities. Bersic. And that is off the top of the gymnasium wall. 5-1. Perrick picks up the kill. 122 of those things coming into play today. 22nd in overall kills in the nation. And 6th in total attacks per set. So one of the top 10 volume getters in all of Division II. Vicious strike from Perrick. Picks up another one. And at 6-2 to begin things, a timeout taken by St. Michael's. We'll be back in just a minute, folks. Perrick on one right now. (6-2) Post leading in set number 2. They won set 1, 27-25, and Christina Perrick is settling in, and that is not what you want to hear if you are rooting for St. Michael's. And into the stands. Down the middle, Nuri Shaheed Stevenson picking up the kill. The Shaheed Stevensons from Louisville, Kentucky. From Kaskaskia, their previous school before transferring up to Post. Nuri again, and Campfire. Everyone's sitting around watching it. Outside, Perrick off the net. Saved by a diving Justine Sharkness. Perrick tries again. Dug up by Daggett. And it gets Schultz a swing. Perrick will finish it off. Daggett again got down and dirty to dig it up. And lead expands to 6. 9-3. Eric, just push it over, and Schultz couldn't rebound. 10-3. Dominant set so far. Of course, Sattler, the transfer from Bloomfield, into the net. Fade away by Nuri Shaheed Stevenson, who, of the two sisters, was the more decorated coming out of high school. Both won a district championship, where it was Nuri who was a 2-time All-Star and All-District honoree, while Nia did not have any of those distinctions, but still an exceptional player. Both went to Kaskaskia before transferring up to Post, where Nia Shaheed Stevenson so far 30 kills, which outpaces her sister, but is on the outside, gets a little bit more opportunities. The .265 percentage from Nuri outpaces Nia's 1 at 28. And both have 11 digs and about the same amount of blocks. Groves gets down, so the Shaheed Stevenson sisters, it's two really, really good players. And they play well off each other, obviously. I'm sure they've developed some chemistry over the years, sharing a volleyball court for all this time, and continue to do so into their college experience. There he saves it, flipped over by DiFrancesco, and then those two combine for the rejection, but it's going to be rewarded to St. Michael's. 12-6. And they pop it over, try to get one over the front line. Ortiz down on the ground for it. DiFrancesco will just set it over. Huge swing on the outside by Welch. Bersic bumps it over. And a great rally off the light fixture, kept alive, but one too many touches. And one of the best rallies we've seen so far goes to St. Michael's College. And they double back up. Almeida, the mistake from Perrick, who put a little bit too much sauce on her reception. Pops back over. Almeida is there to punish the mistake. And another one still going. And timeout given. 4 in a row for St. Michael's. It's now 12-9. We'll be back in a moment, folks. Twelve to 9 to St. Michael's College. The Purple Knights have been storming back. And it's 4 in a row for them. We'll see what changes on the post side of things. But an even attack settles Welch and Schultz with 5+ kills each, with Schultz leading the way with 6. And a huge swing from Post. And ends it right there. That run died pretty immediately. On the other side, it's Perrick, who has 8 kills as Ortiz picks up that one. But not much. You know, a few student athletes here and there. Got 3 from Shaheed Stevenson. That's Nuri Shaheed Stevenson. And 3 from Ortiz. But a little more balanced from St. Michael's. No, it's basically been beating Perrick, which can't blame him how good Perrick is. Perrick had to swing from down Broadway off the light fixture, and that messed up the timing just a little bit. Again, if it hits off the basketball hoops or the lights or it's in play, you're able to play it. But that one just messed with the timing. And a half a second you thought you had disappears, and it's over. And out of the break, Post retaliates with 4 in a row. It's 16-9 now. Sharkness the first touch. Final touch by Welch. Ortiz, the opposite side. And down the middle right there is Alani Duncan. And another timeout. The second from the Purple Knights. 1:13 and ticking. Cody Shalfie here on the call. We'll see you in just 60 seconds. Alexa Arnold at the line to get us going. 7 service aces to 3 service errors coming into action today. Tipped and little teardrop works. It's Welch. Sharpness gives way to Settles, and Sharpness on the court. Been bringing the energy. They only played in one set coming into play today, and getting her second set action here. Some pinballing around and falling harmlessly, or at least if you post, it was pretty harmless, but pretty harmful to St. Michael's. Eight-point advantage here in set two. As Post trying to go up 2-0. Their last two victories have been 3-0 sweeps. Versus Caldwell, they won 3-0, and then versus Franklin Pierce, another sweep. Other than that, the previous three victories were all 3-2 wins, so it's either all or nothing for Post on the set side. Almeida, incredible serve, low liner just over the net, and Post out of sorts from the jump on that one. Almeida's cross double-digit service aces. And out, good call by the back line of the Eagles. Also to note, both timeouts already used by St. Michael's, so we're going to the end unless Post wants to talk things over. They have one more remaining. As Vivian Andrea Fehervary and Duncan and Nia Shahid Stevenson in the middle. Fehervary, dug up by Daggett. Outside Settles coming in, and Groves had to get all the way down onto the belly. They couldn't quite keep it up enough for Post to get a rally going off of it. And that's in, just getting in before the outline. Galen Mediate, 13 service aces, 4 errors coming into play today so far. Picked up an ace just a moment ago. That one is out. And a poor judgment followed by the correct judgment for Post University. Nuri is in. So it's the Shahid Stevensons and Perrick in front. Rolled over by Perrick. In front, Settles. That was a dangerous swing. Came off the palm about 106. Valiant effort by the Eagles, but no dice. Perrick, no one was ready for it. Wasn't her best swing, but no one's in position. It looked good, ended up being good. Well, discombobulated St. Michael's, but they're able to buck up in the end. Big block up front. Drops down and Still 7 away, but slowly climbing back, and you can't give them gimmies like that. Now just 6 from time, still a long way to go. They don't want Purple Knights getting momentum here if you're the Eagles. And that's just out. DeFrancesco, a little too much sauce on the teardrop attempt. Barrick to end the run. Not quite. They're going to give her a second chance. Blocked. And Almeida. Grace Almeida coming up big. Now the lead down to just 4. St. Michael's another point. They're probably going to call the timeout. Almost gave one up there. Barrick. And disjointed again was St. Michael's on the return. For the set here, Perrick, double-digit service aces, already has 1 today. Goodness. Outside, Schultz just got on top of it a little too much. Perrick down the middle, dug up, it's over. Popped up by Almeida. DeFrancesco sends it over. Purple Knights trying to stay alive. Perrick in the middle. Narishi Stevenson couldn't get the right one. Perrick. We still continue. Large volley. Schultz. Groves on the ground. Outside, Ortiz. We continue. Been over a minute. Ortiz. Defensive swing. Outside, Schultz can't get it over. And it ends there. Post. Victors in set 2, 25-19. Some endurance training on that last one there. And Post finds himself 1 set away from the sweep to begin our day. We'll be back for set 3. St. Michael's down 2-0 on game number 1 here on today's Saturday Tri-Match. Welcome back, everybody. Cody Shalfu here on the call, and we're glad you're able to join us here. Post Eagles hosting a tri-match today, and so far find themselves up 2-0 to the visiting St. Michael's College Purple Knights. Some leader statistics-wise as we head into set number 3. It's 7 kills for Settles, and then 6 for Welch and Schultz, 5 for Almeida, leading the pack for St. Michael's. 20 assists from Ashley Marshall. 1 ace apiece for Mediate, Almeida, and Marshall. 3 errors for Almeida, 9 digs for Mediate and Daggett. For Post, it's 11 kills for Christina Perrick, who is leading all student athletes today, and 4 digs away from a double-double. But there's 3 digs from Nuri Shahid Stevenson and Elena Ortiz, who are the 2 trailers in the kill department. Assists, so that's going to Alicia Di Francesco. 15 assists for her, 4 aces for Grooves, 8 digs for her as well. And hey, you get on a little roll. As we're having some issues with the scoreboard here, so we're getting that fixed up for you, and I think we're all good. And the obligatory clap for everyone in the gym, that everyone figured it out. Hey, college athletics ain't easy. Really ain't. And we are underway. Again, it is a 2-0 set advantage for Post as they start with the first point here. They beat St. Michael's 27-25 and then 25-19. A more dominant showing in set 2. But even then, St. Michael's went on a nice little run towards the end, made it a little bit interesting, but overall it was too big of a trench they had dug to get back into things. Eric down the middle, combination of Almeida in the net, keep that from popping over. And it's 1-1. Almeida tumbling serve. And then gets the dig on the other end. Settles. Blocked up front. Settles again. This time a little more forceful. Again blocked. And point to Post off the infraction. And up front again, blocked. Post doing the most. And the match after this will be St. Michael's against St. Thomas Aquinas College. After that, St. Michael's will hit the road jack. Well, Post will take a break in between matches, and St. Thomas Aquinas will go back-to-back and face off against Post on the quote-unquote nightcap of this one. 4-1 ends in a 4-2 after the service error by the Havery. And out, good call by Daggett. And Michaels in his defensive position and out again. Good call by Adaga, good call by the front line, not getting a fingertip on it, and it's 4-4. Mediate from Portsmouth, Rhode Island, all region, 2-time All-State and 3-time All-Division while in high school. Her cousin Rocco is in the PGA Tour. Didn't quite make the cut for Happy Gilmore too, but I'm sure he was in consideration. 6-4, Post in the lead. Groves. Oh, fantastic stop. And how the Post get that over. What an effort by DiFrancesco. And gives it a little kick. It is legal. But it won't go down as a Post point. But sure looked cool. Francesco also coming from AIC along with Christina Perrick. Was second and third team all NE10. And was a 3-time NE10 champ. So she's familiar with St. Michael's College during her time in the same conference. From Pescara, Italy. There's Racist Sattler. And kept it alive a little bit. But Posts unable to convert. 7-6. Eagles still in the lead. No team went out to a scorching start like the first two sets. It was 5-1 St. Michael's before things evened out. And it was a lot to little pretty early for Post, and it never really got within 4, I believe, towards the end there, 23-19, but then Post able to rattle off the remaining 2 necessary points. Sharkness down. It's going to be a tough rollover for Schultz. Bumps it over. Oh, incredible reaction times. And DiFrancesco catches him napping. Four double-doubles for her on the season, tying Perrick for the most for Post this season. Perrick, so much power, just kind of stands there. If you haven't guessed by now, she's pretty good. And over double-digit in kills so far. She's had multiple 20-kill games. It helps her. A lot of those sets went the full 5. Hard to rack up 20-plus when you're ending things early. And we're going to have a challenge there as the initial call is tipped by St. Michael's. We did have one redo earlier on a similar situation. See if they go back to that decision. And they're going to stay final on the decision, 10-7. Coach Lauren Bro not too happy. I don't blame her. So we play on, 10-7 the score. Duncan. And that'll be point for Posts. Can't quite get it over as Daggett hits the top of the net. Timeout called as things coming off the rails a little bit. We'll take that break with you. Minute 11 seconds. 5-point advantage for Post. Red Raiders. Back like we never left. Cody Shalfu here on the call, and thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're joining us all afternoon as two more matches on tap after this. After some controversy, Post finds himself up by 5, 12-7. After a couple of tough calls going the way of St. Michael's and then a error on their end. 3 in a row given up to Post. Ortiz sets it up. Daggett digs it out. Schultz on the other end. Necessary kill. And she'll come off for a breather. Patterson in as well as Denaya settles. Ortiz picks that one up. Set it up down the middle. Almeida pops it over. Flicked again. Six, the advantage for Post. That is out. Almeida to serve. Just off of the net. And dives in front of her. As Post picks up another one. 15-9, and they're content trading here. And they would roll to a comfortable victory if that were the case. We'll see what goes on. St. Michael's big point for them. Michael's coming off a win against SUNY Plattsburgh, 3-0. And then back 3 straight losses before that. The previous 2 are a loss versus Wilmington, 3-0, and then a loss versus Dominican, 3-2. And that's in. Groves hustling over, but couldn't quite get there in time. 5 is a deficit. 16-11. Blocked in front, led by Rory Tower from Fountain Hills, Arizona, the freshman. 32 blocks coming into play today. Her and Almeida both had 30 plus. And they're going to finish with a few more than that. Barrick. Schultz got on top of it. Also of note, SMC using both of their timeouts so far. And nobody there. Perfect spot for the serve. Sharkness starts it off. Schultz. Just a defensive get me over, but ends up working out in her favor. A good chance, Almeida. Big swing. Played well by Posts. Outside, Schultz tipped up, and Shahid Stevenson, that's Nuri, playing defense and offense back to back. (19-13). Post leading in set 3. Oh, miscommunication between Groves and Perrick. Gives a point to the Purple Knights. A defensive stand as Schultz and Almeida form a wall. Ortiz, that's out. Just push it a little much. And 19-16. St. Michael's had a similar run earlier. Can they form this into a comeback? Tough reception by Perrick off the swing of Welch. She gets a second chance. Groves there, diving. Almeida just going to set things back up. They get jammed at the mountaintop. And Welch, big kill. And 2 the difference. Hasn't been this close in a bit. And St. Michael's coming back. Will we see a timeout or will we keep running? Huge run by the Purple Knights. 5 in a row. And make it 6. We'll get time. We'll be back. 19-19. Anyone set now as St. Michael's College storming back. So what was 19-13 about 2 or 3 minutes ago, now it's 19-19, and the inevitable post sweep now in jeopardy as St. Michael's College did not hear no bell. It will continue as we hit about 12:30 local time coming up in the next 5 minutes. Ortiz swing, that gets over. Point for posts. Lonnie Duncan in middle again. She was 9th in the diving nationals in high school, excuse me. And that will not get over the pole. And 2 straight for posts coming out of the timeout. Whatever head coach Tiffany Verney said, it worked. She's 45-55, including the record from this year, the 7-0 starts here in her 4 years at post. And a break. We'll keep it here. Verney, assistant coach at New Haven for a season, also the assistant coach at University of New Hampshire, where she was a graduate assistant. Played at the New York Institute of Technology, where she is top 5 in a lot of season and career offensive stats with the ECC Player of the Year, ECAC Offensive Player of the Year, 3-time All-ECC, and 3-time first-team All-Region. Alexis Nader on her staff, who recently played at Central Connecticut State. And Tamar Radovanov, her first season as a graduate assistant, played at Post and Pratt Community College and has converted her time into a coaching role. Again, as a team, they are 10th in service aces per set, 21st in opponent hitting percentage, and 6th in the country in total service aces. So far today, they've already thrown up 10 insta points in this one. Sharkness, the first touch. Duncan the swing, no one home. And on the other end, lights off as well. Welch able to get to it and push it over. Nobody home. (22-20). Post in the lead, trying to finish things off. Haven't seen much of Perrick here over this big run. And St. Michael's thought there was a touch up front. The officials disagreed. And that'll be points to Post. Again, haven't seen much of Perrick over the last few minutes, and coincided with this run from St. Michael's. Settles. Patterson gets down on that back line. Settles a second effort. Dug up by DiFrancesco. And good defensive work for the Purple Knights. Getting possession back with Almeida, one of their top servers. Settles. Too much on it. And now this is 4 game. And they will send number 9, Vivian Andrea Behervary from Hungary. 19 service aces coming into play today. Ranked 12th in all the country. So exactly who you want at the line, and exactly you want up front, and that will do it. Big block at the end. Defense prevails king, and it's 25-21 to end things. Well, a thrilling first match where the first set, super back and forth. Last set, you got the same, where the second set in the middle was a little bit of a stinker. But 27-25, 25-19, 25-21 Post keeps their perfect season alive, 8-0. Again, give us a little bit of a break. We will have St. Michael's and St. Thomas Aquinas after they warm back up. Looks like 40 minutes getting thrown up on the clock. We will be back. Cody Shalfu, everyone here at Post Athletics, will see you. 40 minutes, St. Michael, St. Thomas Aquinas on deck.
Oh, there you sound louder.
Test.